technology really helps artists nowadays, and this is something that we've discussed in other shows as well, how the part that technology can play in this entire business and in this industry right now. But tell us about the song. Now, the song is called Every Time I Close My Eyes. So what's the story behind the song?
That you'll have to ask Sean, because that song was written by him. So it probably describes a sort of, what can I say, a very serious and a strong relationship that kind of went down the drain, probably.
I see. We'll get Sean on the show one of these days, and
he'll fill you in on all the...
What's the story behind the song, Sean? Alright, but so that means you do the production side of all your tracks, right?
Yes,
How did you start off as a music producer?
Right, interesting story there. I just, there's this person I know, I used to go and ask him for stuff, Actually, I used to just go and ask him for songs and all that. So I just wanted to I was really interested in DJing, because, I used to see all these DJs, with their headphones and, with the turntables and all. Like, this is cool, and like, this is it, I want to be that person there. So then I was like, okay, I really need to find a way of doing this, and so I went and asked this person, if he has any DJing software. I was like, yeah, I have this, and he gave me something, and I was like, okay. And then I went home and I tried. I was a bit frustrated because I could not find a way of inserting the WAV file into that software. So I was like, come on, how this is not rocket science, there has to be a way. And then I saw these little boxes, and I started clicking on them, and they started making sounds, and I was like, okay, this could work for me. And then one thing led to another, and then I kind of shelved the idea of being a DJ. And
so what was the software that you had actually got?
I had actually got Fruity Loops FL Studio. So that was like, it was a music production software.
So not what you wanted?
Nope, not at all what I wanted, but...
so a simple mistake done by your friend there has really set you on this path.
I know,
of becoming a music producer.
Yep.
But that was in 2005.
Probably, 2005. Earlier. So, if not for that little misunderstanding there, I don't think I would have... I would probably be in a different place today.
But what are the changes that you see in this particular, sort of music production industry and the entertainment industry from sort of like 2005 to what you're experiencing now?
Okay, I think from 2005, I think that era people were more sane.
Okay, sane is an interesting choice of words.
Yeah, I'd say,
explain.
Okay, if you look at a lot of things, a lot of the videos that are going viral these days, and the kind of music, people tend to be a bit more, fun-loving and a bit of insanity creeping in here and there. So, which I think is okay. It's nice. It kind of brings out a more relaxed environment and more relaxed feeling to the whole thing. But
But so, when you started out, I'm sure that there were lots of obstacles that you had to face as well. Did you have a musical background when you started out?
Well, musical background, yes, I did have, because my parents were all they were musicians, and we were all involved in church music. So music wasn't alien to me, but music production was actually alien, because in 2005 I really didn't know, music was actually produced, or music could be produced on a computer like that. So I started, fiddling around and, clicking things here and there. I was like, oh, okay, that's what it does. So
grown from there.
Yep.
So when you talk about the future, what are your plans, and what are you planning on doing with this music production business? This is your full-time? You work on this full-time?
No, not really. No, I have a job. I have a regular job. So
9 to 5.
8:30 to 4:30 to be precise.
All right, let's be precise on the show then. 8:30 to 4:30. So it's great to have you here on a Monday morning.
Yep.
But so tell us, how do you balance the two then?
Well, since I'm off by 4:30, I have the rest of the evening to myself. So that's what I do. On and off, yes, I do get a good telling off from my parents for staying up late. But then,
it's not. It doesn't affect. Then your parents sound like they're your biggest supporters.
Yeah, actually, they are, especially my dad, because I guess his musical influence really helped me, because he's a really good musician, even though he, I don't know, for some reason isn't in the spotlight, because he's one of my biggest inspirations, and he's one of the people who really supported me in whatever I've done. So yeah,
you can give out your father's name.
Yeah,
Nathan, shout out.
Yeah, Dad. Hi there, and whoa, where's the camera? This one, okay. And you know, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done to me, and thanks a lot. It's all because of you that I'm who I am today. Yeah.
All right. Oh, I love it when people come on the show and do that because it's really sweet. I'm sure your parents would love it as well. But so you had a lot of musical influences growing up. Who are some of your favorite artists?
Well, I actually was a big time fan of Westlife. I was like, you know, Westlife was it back in the day. But then it slowly changed to metal for some reason, and then I moved from Westlife to metal, and then I had artists like Yngwie Malmsteen. He was a guitarist, so he was one of my I guess inspirations at one time, and then I've settled down to kind of electro pop, you know, that trend these days. So it will be people like Tayo Cruz, Chris Brown, and then Jason Derulo. Yeah, he's on the top of my list. Yeah.
Long haywire journey.
Yeah, I know.
Crossing over genres, but I guess that influence is there in your music, is it?
Yeah, because I really don't. I'm not picky on what I listen to because anything goes with me. But of course, yes. I mean, extremes, no. But yeah, something that has good music, I definitely appreciate it.
But you started off in 2005.
Yeah.
But your single came out quite recently.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel that the timing was right at that point, or do you sort of think, oh, maybe I should have released it a bit earlier?
No, actually, I think the timing was perfect because I think now from 2005 to 2013, there's a vast improvement in my productions as well. So, and we kind of have learned a lot of things. You know, Sean and I, we kind of worked things out, and I think the song which we released was pretty current. According to today's music standards, if I may say so. But it feels current. So, and I like working on stuff like that. So. Yeah. And
you also co-host on SFM's Homegrown Charts as well.
Yeah, that was actually on Thursday. Yeah, it was a pretty exciting moment there with Yasmin. Yeah.
So what do you think about shows like this that sort of celebrate local artists as opposed to just playing the international charts over and over again?
I think that's really good because that kind of gives us an exposure as well, because most of the upcoming artists don't really have an avenue where they can go out there, but programs like Homegrown really boosts what can I say, presence, if I may say so. So people hearing stuff on a radio station like SFM would definitely be like, okay, there goes some music.
That's interesting. And you had a story about your mom being a fan of the show as well.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah. I was actually talking to Yasmin about it on Thursday. She was like, actually Yasmin was really taken up because my mom, like a prayer, every Thursday she'll put the radio on at 8 in the night, and then even sometimes when you're busy doing something, that thing's playing, and I'm like, Mom, could you turn that down a bit? She's like, why? It's like,
but I think from when you started out, when you look at the sort of industry now, do you feel that there is a platform for people to come in and really express themselves? And do you have sort of a following now? Like when you go out on the streets, people know you?
Well, a lot of my friends are like, they're really supportive when they see me. And when they see one, they're like, hey, you, look, there he goes. And I'm like, okay, come on, it's not that big a deal.
I beg to differ. I don't have a #1 single on the top of the Homegrown Charts. So
probably because you haven't tried it so far. You should probably.
I should. I will contact you about a production.
No problem. I think we were talking a little before about my.
Yeah, because you do other stuff as well, right? It's not just music production. You've done some other work for.
Yeah, I have done a few commercials here and there, and for Chinese toothpaste. I don't know from where I got that, but yes, I have done.
So Chinese toothpaste?
Yeah, and Chinese balm as well. I know.
Did they just email you?
It was through one of my contacts. He said, there's this thing. If you want, you can probably take it up. And I was like, okay, fine.
So when you do all of these productions, it must be like a great experience for you, right?
Yeah, it is, because you deal with all sorts of people, and yeah, it's interesting, and also sometimes it can get a bit on your nerves, because sometimes people don't know what they want, and then you're trying to say stuff.
That aspect of it as well.
And then sometimes you work. Yeah, because sometimes you work really hard, and they're like, no, this is not what I want. I'm like, oh, great, now I have to start all over again. So yeah.
So what kind of advice can you give for someone who, in your capacity, through your experience, who wants to get into this business of producing music?
I think
is it a viable career choice?
I would not comment on that, because it really depends on how things go for you, because for some people it just works out like that, but for some you have to work hard. But all in all, you just believe in yourself and go for it. That's it.
That's a great bit of advice then. So all the best for the future as well, for you and everything you plan on doing. And I have to mention his pseudonym, Skinny J. Yay! Shout out to Skinny J, and Sean goes as Shawnee C.
Shawnee
right?
C, yeah.
So it's been great to have you, and we wish you all the best with Streetlight Mist as well.
Thank you.
And so that wraps up our show for today. Before we go, I have to remind you to like us on our Facebook page. That's www.facebook.com/Good Morning Sri Lanka. So hope your Monday morning is amazing, because we started off with a great show today. So hopefully it sets the mood for the rest of the day, and you'll be walking around singing tunes the entire day. So I'll see you again very soon. That's it from me, Amaya, and goodbye from Good Morning Sri Lanka.